when else are you going to see a stem cell biologist doing comedy? So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, stem cell biology, that's really amazing. I've seen that shit on TV. And you're thinking, what the fuck is it? What I do is, or what stem cell biology is stem cells, they replace all the cells in your body over your life. So basically, every 7 years, you're completely replaced. But of course, not every cell in your body is replaced, because otherwise, every 7 years, you'd be like a goldfish. We'd be like, Mama! And you'd have to learn everything again, so that would be a disaster. So I use two types. The first type I get from fat people's asses in liposuction clinics. And the second I get from fertilized human embryos. So basically, I like big butts. That I cannot hide because it's my job. And according to the Pope, I kill babies for a living. Which it goes really well back home. You can tell with this accent. It's wonderful. Christmas dinner, Catholic Donegal. You say, how's work going? I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Some of the experiments aren't working. My supervisor, it can be a bit of a pain. And baby killer! You're going to burn in hell! Hell! Pass me the chicken. Hell! And it wasn't always like that. When I was very young, I was very religious. When I was 12, 13, went to prayer groups, went to mass every day, climbed up mountains, burnt crosses, the usual. Even the local priest took an interest. And asked if I wanted to become an altar boy. I refused, and my anus thanks me every day. Years later, I was working on my bioinformatics dissertation. So it was like I was working on computer programs that could compare different gene sequences, and an evangelical Christian came to the door. And the first thing he said was, do you know that evolution doesn't exist? And I tried to explain to him, I says, do you know that if what you're saying is true, that what I'm doing precisely at this moment in time would be impossible? And he says, yeah, but it's just a theory. And then I knew I had him, because I thought, I've got the clever response that he can't get out of. So I says to him, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. As he was scuttling away, still shouting, it's just a theory. I managed to grab the one non-lethal object in this ocean of empty wine bottles. I just had a rough breakup. It was a difficult time, and I threw it at him and shouted, "So was the theory of gravity." I think I got my point across. And it is, even now, it is difficult. It's hard to give up, religion. I still get an overwhelming sense of presence when I see images of our Saviour, Sir Richard Dawkins. What am I doing now? My project, the one I'm working on for my PhD, is basically creating completely synthetic artificial environments for stem cells. I'm basically lying to them and trying to convince them that they're somewhere else. It's a sort of matrix for stem cells. As they're on the beach, thinking on Fiji somewhere, drinking champagne, I basically have to remove the champagne, replace it with Buckfast. replace the sun with a 5-watt bulb. You don't really know about the caviar. And the point of this is eventually we want to create like artificial organs that are so cheap, you can buy them at Lidl, sort of buy one kidney, get one kidney free. Buy 2 kidneys, get a liver half price. That's in the future. And at the minute, the Scottish Government and the University of Edinburgh have put a fortune into these centres for regenerative medicine. Why on earth the Scottish Government and the University of Edinburgh are building these huge centres? They produce artificial livers full of Scottish and Irish people. It's just okay, Lidl's the future, but at the minute, it's pretty obvious what the first target market is for this technology, and it's obviously the zombie market, because they're in serious need of regenerative medicine. Apparently, the first 28 days is critical for them. And you've seen these guys, you know what I mean? You see them rolling around the buses at like 8 o'clock, they can even be romantics. I once read a couple saying, "I fucking love you!" And they have a sense that we're doing something in the centre. You can see them, it gets very Shaun of the Dead in the evenings, you see them at the security gates. And normally we just feed them with like green fluorescent mice. They get a bit rowdy. We use the non-lethals, which is basically a bow and arrow with green fluorescent mice at the end. Sort of group on meal for one. Legolas style, that's just how we roll in the centre. So that's our obvious market, but we were thinking about other markets, such as artificial blood, but ever since Twilight, half the vampires are now vegetarian, so grow a pair of balls for fuck's sake. Is there vampires? On second thought, I suppose we could grow them a pair and sell them. That's me, folks.